Break the board sports. Here we go. NFL Madrid style. Click that like, hit subscribe. You got Washington and Miami hooking up over there in Spain. Beautiful place. Got to go there last year. Anybody that hasn't been, I definitely uh, encourage you to go and check out Spain. Just beautiful place. People were awesome. Alicante, one of the coolest islands I've been on there on the Mediterranean side. Let's hop into the game right now. Miami's laying 2.5. Your over-under 47.5. Now, right now, for the over-under, the ticket count 50-50 split pretty much. 51% of tickets to the under, 49% of tickets to the over. As far as that spread goes, or as far as the money goes, 58% of the money is headed to the over off that 49% of tickets. 42% of the money headed to the under off the 51% of tickets. Now, spread, Miami laying 2.5, coming off that huge win at Buffalo. If you're signed up with our package, you add Miami plus 10 last week. Right now, Miami getting 78% of tickets and 83% of the money. Commanders getting 22% of tickets, 17% of the money is it. So books are going to need Washington. Obviously, Washington, Jayden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Debo was out earlier in the year. They lost Eckler. Just this offense hasn't looked the same. And then the defense has been what Dan Quinn defenses does. He looks really good his first year there, and then after that, they fall off a cliff. Washington, 0-5 straight up and 0-5 ATS over their last 5 games. 1-5 ATS, their last 6 on the road. So they haven't did very well there in that respect as well. Head-to-head with Miami, Washington just 2-4 straight up the last 6 meetings with Miami, and they're 1-5 ATS on the road. Now, Miami, Miami 3-8 straight up their last 11. They've played to the over 9 of the last 11. The under between these two teams is cashed 4 of the last 5. Again, Miami, when they're playing in the month of November, kind of a quirky little stat here, 6-1 ATS. Both of these teams come in 3-7. However, Miami's been much better ATS 5-5. As to where Washington 3-7, ATS the same as their straight up record. Again, Miami coming off that big win outright 30-13 against the rival Buffalo Bills. Washington getting absolute mollywopped by the Lions 44-22. Washington's actually gotten blown out in their last 4 games. If you go back to that Dallas game, got lost by 22, lost by 21 to Kansas City, lost by 24 to Seattle, and lost by 22 to Detroit. Maybe one of the ugliest stretches I've ever seen in my life from a football team. Dolphins over their last 10 games, they're 8-2 straight up, 7-3 ATS as a favorite. Last 10 games as a favorite. Miami 8-2 straight up, 7-3 ATS. Last 10 games as an underdog. Washington just 1-9 as a dog straight up and 1-9 ATS. They've really struggled all the way around. Again, this franchise is in a lot of trouble because I think Jayden Daniels has already showed you he's not a durable quarterback, right? Size matters in the NFL. Talk about it all the time. People try to make all kinds of excuses for it, but the reality is it's a physical game, and a lot of these guys just can't hold up, and he's one of those guys. If you're looking for props, touchdown scorers, Jalen Waddle, even money for an anytime touchdown. Krosky Merritt for Washington to get in the end zone from the backfield, plus 165 for an anytime touchdown. Zach Ertz, plus 195. Now, if you're looking at Ollie Gordon, 4.5-1 for an anytime touchdown there for Miami. Obviously, Deebo Samuel and Zach Ertz are going to be what Marcus Mariota has to really kind of lean on here and try to help get some things going. If you're doing a parlay, Marcus Mariota, alt 15-plus yards, it's minus 330. But again, if you're putting it in a little 3 to 4 man parlay, not a bad deal there. Tua, maybe take him for 2+ touchdowns in that parlay. When I look at this game, there is no real statistical reason why you should take Washington. I mean, there's a few you can, and I just want to say this again because a lot of people are making comments. You can handicap and make a case for both sides in 90% of any game, in any sport, right? You can make a case. What I do here is I give you stats, give you trends, but also give you kind of psychology of what handicapping looks like. And sometimes I've said this before, you have to have a threshold. And I always say when it's under 30% of money going to a side, 9 out of 10 times I'm going to fire just because of the model. Again, because here's the deal. Miami's going to get really heavily bet this week, which we're already seeing 78% of tickets, 83% of the money. They knock off Buffalo. It's just like Buffalo. They beat Kansas City. It's a grueling game. And I'd said, hey, if you're just talking about straight up Miami plus 10, I got a lot of fireback or kickback from that. And I said, listen, if Buffalo just had their biggest rival, the Chiefs, right, as to where Miami's a dead team, but to Miami, Buffalo, Jets, like those mean a lot. That's all they have to hold on to. They got that big win. They're going down the streets of Miami because they knocked off Buffalo. Now you got to go across the pond and play a Washington team that's really a dead team, but Miami's not going to have the same focus they have with Buffalo. That's just how the NFL goes. And I say this all the time. What happened last week doesn't mean that's going to duplicate in the NFL. I mean, look at the Green Bay Packers. Everybody wanted to put them in the Super Bowl after 2 weeks, and they've slowly and steadily fallen off. Baltimore, people thought were left to dead. Baltimore's going to win that division now. So what you think you see with your eyes is very little about handicapping. With that being said, there is 2 threes out there. I'm taking Washington plus 3. It's going to be a play for me. Washington Commanders plus the 3. Break the Board Sports. Click that like, hit subscribe, where we help you become a better handicapper. Check out our best bets. We break down Seahawks, Rams, and Chiefs Broncos. God bless and happy handicap.